The greatest movie of the 80s is now a TV show. Hello everyone and welcome to Movie Reviews by Josh. My name is Josh Terry, and today I'm not talking about a movie per se, I'm talking about a sequel TV series to a movie called Cobra Kai. A little bit of background in case you are unfamiliar. Cobra Kai is a TV series that began on YouTube, is now on Netflix, and it follows the exploits of two characters from popular movie series, the Karate Kid movies from the 1980s. We have Ralph Macchio and William Zabka are back playing Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence, who were adversaries in the first Karate Kid movie. And of course, Ralph Macchio was the Karate Kid, and so he went on for the sequels. We never really heard from Johnny Lawrence again until now. And that's what kind of makes this a fun thing. I mean, I'll admit, the Karate Kid is, I jest a little bit. I wouldn't call it the greatest movie of the 80s, but it might be my favorite 80s movie, if that makes sense, as far as just kind of embodying what was fun about the 1980s. And of course, I say that and I start thinking about Back to the Future and Ghostbusters and some of the other ones. And so, you know, again, I think I could say though that the Karate Kid is probably in my top 10 all time, if not, you know, maybe in my top 20. I really like the Karate Kid. It's also really sad to see what happened after the Karate Kid, because part 2 and part 3, the next Karate Kid, the Jackie Chan remake, everything kind of went downhill. In fact, I never saw the Hilary Swank one, I never saw the Jackie Chan one, but this concept for this TV show is a lot of fun. Same actors, same characters, 25 years down the road, now it's time to catch up on Daniel-san and Johnny Lawrence and see how life has treated them. So Daniel's done very well for himself. He is managing a luxury car dealership. Johnny Lawrence is not doing very well for himself in spite of his wealthy upbringing. He is borderline homeless, and in an act of near desperation, decides to open up the Cobra Kai dojo again, which was the organization that he was in as a kid and that bullied Daniel and was the main conflict for the original and the third Karate Kid movie. So this is the kind of thing that, you know, it was interesting because at the time I'm doing this review, I am just an episode or two into the second season. So this is really just kind of evaluating things after the first season. Again, it was on YouTube first, and I watched the first 1 or 2 episodes that were free. It didn't inspire me to get the paid subscription to watch the rest of it at the time, so now I'm watching it on Netflix because, well, I'm already paying for Netflix. When I first watched it, I have to say that there was a little bit of an unease because it was a cool idea and a cool concept, but it almost seemed like, well, you know, this isn't the greatest acting. This doesn't strike me as an excellent production. But I'll tell you what, you watch a couple episodes in and it hooks you, and it's a fun, there are a lot of interesting dynamics at work here because the roles are reversed for one thing. I mean, Daniel goes from the underdog to now he's kind of the big shot who's somehow living off the glory of his younger years, which I think has got to be tongue-in-cheek at this point. The idea that this community is so, I mean, this is just kind of a wealthy, you know, Southern California community, and they seem to really be into karate and martial arts to an unreasonable level. But the roles are kind of reversed where Daniel is now kind of like the big man on campus and Johnny is down and out. And so again, he starts the dojo up again to try to reclaim some of his former glory. There's still a lot of rivalry between the two main characters, and things get really dicey when Daniel eventually starts to train Johnny's estranged son, and Johnny starts to train a boy who's being picked on at school, who also winds up dating Daniel's daughter. And so there's kind of this crisscross thing, and I won't give any more away than that. But there are a lot of really fun and interesting dynamics in play. Even if you're not like a big diehard Karate Kid fan, I think you have some room to enjoy this. Especially because, you know, as things go on, you might remember if you've seen the original movies, the Cobra Kais were the kind of the tough kids, the jocks at school who were bullies. And this time around, it's kind of flipped on its head, and Cobra Kai becomes a draw for the bullied, kind of the kids who are nerds and a little backwards and teased, and then they become bullies. And there's some interesting social commentary going on, and I've really enjoyed it. I'm really glad it showed up on Netflix so that I could see the rest of it, because like I said, I watched that first episode or two a couple of years ago. I believe 2018 is when it first came out, and just kind of let it go. But I'm glad it's back, and I'm looking forward to finishing season 2. Cobra Kai, the TV show, is rated TV-14, mostly for a bit of kind of PG-13 level language. Pretty tame. There's some violence and some vulgar language that is kind of some intentional on Johnny Lawrence's part. The idea is that he's being kind of portrayed as a guy who's out of step with his times and is not aware of the standards of niceness and political correctness and stuff. And so as a kind of a fish out of water, bringing the 80s into the 21st century, highly recommend Cobra Kai. At this point, I'm gonna say 3.5 stars out of 4. Could go up, could go down. TV shows can go either way. So what's your favorite Karate Kid movie? Was it the first one, or could you actually make an argument for any of the other ones? Leave your answer in the comments below. So thanks for watching. This has been Movie Reviews by Josh. My name is Josh Terry, and I would be very grateful if you would subscribe on your way out and leave your notifications on so you can see our new videos as soon as they are posted. As Mr. Miyagi might say, may you find balance in your life. Take it easy.